I thought he'd fight for me after I got pregnant with his brother's baby. Instead, he disappeared without a word, and I've never felt more replaceable. I never thought I'd be the kind of person who cheats. That's what everyone says, right? But I really didn't. Theo and I had been married for 6 years. We bought a house together. We had routines. We were fine. And that was the problem. We were fine. Somewhere between year 3 and year 6, we stopped being anything more than roommates who shared a bed. He'd come home from his accounting job, I'd come home from the engineering firm, and we'd exist in the same space without really seeing each other. Dinner was polite. Conversations were surface level. Love-making became a scheduled maintenance task every 2 weeks, efficient and unremarkable. I told myself it was normal. That marriage settles. That passion fades and you build something stable instead. But God, I felt invisible. Wesley was different. He's Theo's younger brother, 28 to Theo's 34, and where Theo is steady and predictable, Wesley is chaos. He's a landscape architect, but the kind who travels for projects, works irregular hours, shows up to family dinners late with stories about job sites in random cities. He's always been charming in that way that makes you feel like the only person in the room when he's talking to you. It started 3 months ago at Theo's parents' barbecue. Wesley cornered me by the cooler, asked how I was doing, actually asked, with eye contact and genuine interest, and I realized it had been months since Theo had asked me that question. We talked for 20 minutes. He texted me later that night, "Hey, I had fun talking to you today. We should grab coffee sometime." I should have said no. But I didn't. Coffee turned into lunch. Lunch turned into texts that went past midnight. And then one night when Theo was working late on a quarterly report, Wesley texted, "I'm at the Riverside Hotel downtown. Come meet me." I went. I told myself it didn't mean anything. It was just physical. A way to feel wanted again. Theo didn't even notice when I came home 2 hours later than I should have. He was already asleep. It happened again. And again. Hotel rooms when Theo traveled for work. Wesley's apartment when I told Theo I was meeting a friend. Quick, reckless encounters that made me feel alive in a way I'd forgotten was possible. I knew it was wrong. Of course I knew. But I also convinced myself it was contained. Secret. Something I could walk away from whenever I wanted. Until I couldn't. My period was late. 4 days. Then a week. I told myself it was stress. I ignored it. But the nausea started, and the exhaustion, and the little voice in my head that said, "You know what this is." I bought the test on my lunch break, shoved it in my purse, and tried to pretend it wasn't there. This morning, I couldn't pretend anymore. I locked the bathroom door even though Theo was at work. Took the test. Set it on the counter. Waited. 2 minutes feels like 2 hours when your entire life is balanced on a piece of plastic. 2 lines. Positive. I sat down on the bathroom floor, test still in my hand, and did the math I'd been avoiding. Theo and I had slept exactly twice in the last 3 months, quick, obligatory encounters that felt more like checking a box than intimacy. Wesley and I had been together at least a dozen times. More, if I'm honest. This baby isn't Theo's. It's Wesley's. And I have no idea what to do. The affair was supposed to be a secret. A distraction. Something that existed in the margins of my real life without touching it. But you can't hide a pregnancy. You can't compartmentalize a baby. I'm going to have to tell him. Theo. My husband. The man I've been lying to for 3 months. The man who still thinks we're fine. I have to tell him I'm pregnant with his brother's baby. I sit on the cold tile floor, staring at those 2 lines, and the only thing I can think is, he's going to lose his mind. He'll scream. He'll cry. He'll throw things or punch walls or demand to know every detail. He'll beg me to explain, to fix it, to prove that I still care about us. There will be tears and accusations and maybe, if I'm lucky, a path forward where we salvage something from this wreckage. At least that way I'll know I still matter to him. That our marriage was worth fighting for. Right? I close my eyes and picture the scene. The confession. The explosion. The aftermath. What I don't picture, what I can't even imagine, is silence. But that's exactly what I'm about to get. I spend the rest of the day rehearsing what I'm going to say. Theo comes home at 6:30 like always. I hear his car in the driveway, the front door opening, his keys hitting the bowl on the entry table. The same sounds as every other night. Except tonight, everything's about to explode. He walks into the kitchen where I'm standing by the counter, still in my work clothes even though I've been home for hours. "Hey," he says, setting his laptop bag down. "How was your day?" "Normal. Casual. Like my world isn't ending. I open my mouth. Nothing comes out. He's already moving to the fridge, pulling out leftovers. I'm thinking we just heat these up. I've got an early meeting tomorrow and I need to prep some. I need to talk to you. He stops. Turns. Looks at me with mild curiosity. Okay. What's up? And I can't do it. I can't stand here and watch his face change. Can't be in the same room when the words land. Can't see the exact moment I destroy him. Actually, give me a second, I say, and I walk out. I go to the living room. Sit on the couch. Pull out my phone. This is pathetic. I know it is. But I can't say it out loud. My hands shake as I type. I'm pregnant. Delete. Too vague. I'm pregnant. It's not yours. Delete. Too blunt. I'm pregnant. It's Wesley's baby. I'm so sorry. My thumb hovers over the send button. This is the most cowardly thing I've ever done. Telling my husband I cheated with his brother via text message while he's in the next room. But I hit send anyway. I hear his phone buzz in the kitchen. Everything goes quiet. I stare at the screen. Delivered. Then, a second later, read. My heart stops. The 3 dots appear. He's typing. He's going to respond. He's going to. The dots disappear. Nothing. 5 minutes pass. No sound from the kitchen. No movement. Just silence. I sit frozen on the couch, phone clutched in my hand, waiting. 10 minutes. 15. My chest feels tight. Why isn't he saying anything? Then I hear footsteps. He walks into the living room. Phone in his hand. Face completely blank. I stand up. Theo, He looks at me. Just once. Not angry. Not devastated. Not anything. His expression is so calm it's terrifying. Like he's looking at a stranger. Like he's already decided something I don't know about yet. Then, without saying a single word, he turns and walks down the hallway. The bedroom door closes. Quietly. No slam. No theatrics. Just a soft click. Theo? I call after him. Nothing. I walk to the door. Put my hand on it. Theo, please. Can we talk about this? Silence. Say something. Yell at me. Tell me I'm a terrible person. Just, say something. Nothing. I press my ear against the door. I can hear him moving around in there. Drawers opening. Closet door sliding. But no crying. No sounds of someone falling apart. An hour passes. Then 2. I sit on the floor outside the bedroom, back against the wall, waiting for him to come out. Waiting for the explosion. It never comes. At some point I doze off, head tilted against the doorframe. When I wake up, it's past midnight. The house is dark. I hear his voice. Low. Calm. Coming from inside the bedroom. He's on the phone. I lean closer to the door, holding my breath. Need to speak with a divorce attorney, he's saying. His voice is steady. Businesslike. Tomorrow if possible. Yes. First thing. My stomach drops. No, I don't need time to think about it, he continues. It's already decided. I just need to know the process. A pause. He's listening to whoever's on the other end. 6 years. No kids. Another pause. Not legally, no. But there's a complication. I'll explain when I come in. I can't breathe. Thank you. I'll be there at 9. The call ends. I hear him set the phone down. Then nothing. I sit there in the dark hallway, the cold seeping into my bones, and I finally understand. There's not going to be a fight. There's not going to be tears or accusations or a chance to explain. He's already gone. And I didn't even see him leave. Day 1, he leaves before I wake up. I hear the front door close at 6 in the morning. When I get up, the guest room bed is made. His side of the bathroom is untouched. It's like he was never there. He doesn't come home until after 10 that night. I'm sitting on the couch, waiting. He walks past me without a word, goes straight to the guest room, and closes the door. Theo, I call after him. The door stays closed. Day 2, I wake up to find business cards on the kitchen counter. Hoffman and Associates. Family law attorneys. My hands go numb. He comes home at 8 with a manila folder. Sits at the dining table. Pulls out papers and starts reading through them, highlighting sections with a yellow marker. I sit across from him. Can we please talk about this? He doesn't look up. There's nothing to talk about. Theo, I know I screwed up. I know I hurt you. But we can. I've separated our bank accounts, he says, still not looking at me. You'll have access to half of our joint savings. The rest is being transferred to a new account under my name. You'll see the statements in a few days. You're just dividing everything? Just like that? He finally looks up. His eyes are empty. Did you think there was another option? I don't have an answer. He goes back to his paperwork. Day 3, the bank statements arrive in the mail. He wasn't bluffing. Half our savings, gone. Moved to an account I can't access. All completely legal. He didn't steal anything. He just carved us in half. I try to bring it up that night. He's in the guest room packing his clothes into boxes. This feels extreme, I say from the doorway. Don't you think we should at least try? Try what? He folds a shirt with mechanical precision. Couples therapy? So we can talk about how you've been sleeping with my brother for 3 months? So I can work through my feelings about raising his baby? The words hit like a slap. That's not, I wasn't asking you to. Good. Because I'm not interested. Another shirt. Another box. No wasted movement. Day 4, a woman in a blazer shows up with a clipboard and a camera. Hi. I'm here for the walkthrough. You must be Bryn? I stare at her. Walkthrough? For the listing. Your husband scheduled it yesterday. We're hoping to get this on the market by Friday. The room tilts. She's already walking through the living room, taking notes. Great bones. Hardwood floors are a big selling point. We'll want to stage it, but I think we can get asking price, maybe more. Theo appears from the hallway with another box. Sees the realtor. Nods at her. Thanks for coming out. Of course. I'll send over the paperwork tonight. She leaves. I turn to him. You're selling the house. We're selling the house, he corrects. You'll get half. After the mortgage is paid off. Where am I supposed to go? He picks up the box. That's not my problem anymore. Day 5, the movers come. I watch from the porch as they load furniture into a truck. The couch we picked out together. The bookshelf he built. Half of everything, divided with surgical precision. Theo, please, I try one more time. Just talk to me. Yell at me. Tell me you hate me. Something. He's directing the movers, checking items off a list. I heard you. That's it? That's all you're going to say? He looks at me then. Really looks at me. And I see it, not anger, not hurt. Just exhaustion. What do you want me to say, Bryn? That I'm devastated? That you broke my heart? Would that make you feel better? I need to know you care. That I mattered. He turns back to the movers. You did matter. Past tense. Day 6 is worse. The house is half empty now. His closet is bare. The garage where he kept his tools, cleared out. It's like he's being erased in real time. I corner him in the kitchen while he's packing the last of his things. Say something, I beg. Anything. Tell me I'm a horrible person. Tell me you never want to see me again. Just react. He closes the box he's working on. Tapes it shut. Picks up a marker and labels it. Then he straightens. Looks at me with those empty eyes. I hope it was worth it. That's all he says. 4 words. Then he picks up the box and walks out the door. Day 7, I wake up alone. The house is silent. His car is gone from the driveway. I walk through the rooms, looking for any sign of him. Nothing. There's an envelope on the kitchen counter. Divorce papers. His signature already on every page. A sticky note on top, sign and return to my attorney. His keys are next to it. House key, mailbox key, garage door opener. Everything that tied him to this place. I try to call him. The number doesn't ring. Just a recorded message, the number you have dialed is no longer in service. I try texting. Message failed to send. Not blocked. Disconnected. Like the number never existed. I open every social media app. Search his name. Nothing. Accounts deleted or privacy settings changed. He's a ghost. 7 days. That's all it took for him to dismantle 6 years of marriage. To pack up his life, file for divorce, and disappear. No screaming. No begging. No fighting for us. Just methodical, efficient erasure. And I'm standing in this half-empty house, holding divorce papers, realizing the most terrifying thing of all. I never mattered enough to fight over. I call his parents the next morning. His mom's phone rings 4 times, then goes to voicemail. I leave a message. Hi, it's Bryn. I really need to talk to you about Theo. Can you please call me back? She doesn't. I try again that afternoon. Straight to voicemail. No callback. His dad's number, same thing. His sister Ashley, who I've had brunch with a dozen times, I call her twice. The second time, I get a message, the person you're trying to reach is not accepting calls from this number. She blocked me. They all know. Our mutual friends are next. I text Vanessa, who's been to our place for game nights every month for 3 years. Hey, have you heard from Theo? I'm worried about him. Read receipt. No response. I try our friend group chat. The one that's usually full of memes and weekend plans. Hey everyone. Nothing. The chat stays silent for 2 days. Then I notice I can't see anyone's profile pictures anymore. I've been removed. At work, people stop making eye contact. Jennifer from accounting, who always asks about my weekend, walks past my desk without a word. The lunch group I usually sit with suddenly has a full table when I approach the cafeteria. Someone knows. And they told everyone else. By the end of the week, I'm eating lunch in my car. I need to talk to Wesley. He hasn't reached out since I told Theo. Not a single text. Nothing. Like he's waiting for this to blow over. I call him 3 times before he answers. Hey. His voice is flat. Wesley, we need to talk. I don't think that's a good idea right now. I'm pregnant with your baby. We need to figure this out. Silence. Then, this got too real, Bryn. I didn't sign up for this. My throat tightens. What does that mean? It means I thought we were just having fun. I never thought it would blow up like this. You never thought there would be consequences? I can't do this, he says. I'm sorry. I just can't. Wesley, my family won't even talk to me. Do you know what that's like? My own brother won't answer my calls. My mom cried for an hour on the phone telling me how ashamed she is. And what about me? I'm the one who's pregnant and alone. I didn't ask for this, he snaps. You're the one who decided to tell him. You could have just handled it quietly. The words land like ice water. Handled it quietly, I repeat. You mean get rid of it? He doesn't answer. Wow. Okay. I'm sorry, Bryn. I really am. But I can't be involved in this. I'm not ready to be a dad. I'm not ready for any of this. So that's it? You're just done? I think we both need space. From each other. From this whole situation. He hangs up. I try calling back. Blocked. 2 weeks after Theo left, the house sells. The realtor sounds thrilled. We got an offer $20,000 over asking. Cash buyers. They want to close in 30 days. 30 days to pack up 6 years of my life and find somewhere new to live. I start apartment hunting. Everything decent is too expensive for what I make alone. I end up in a 1-bedroom across town. Small. Beige. Lifeless. The movers come on a Tuesday. It takes 3 hours to load everything I have left. Watching them carry boxes into this tiny space, I realize how much of my life was built around Theo. The couch won't fit. Neither will the dining table. I end up selling half my furniture on Facebook Marketplace just to make room. I sleep on an air mattress the first night because my bed frame is still in pieces in the corner. This is my life now. Pregnant. Alone. In a small apartment that smells like someone else's cooking. I scroll through social media on a Friday night, 2.5 weeks after everything imploded. I'm blocked on everything, but I log into an old college friend's account, someone Theo doesn't know, someone who won't think twice about me borrowing their laptop at a coffee shop. I search his name. Nothing on his personal accounts. They're gone or locked down completely. But then I see it. A tagged photo. One of his friends posted it. A group dinner. 8 people around a table at some restaurant downtown. Theo's in the middle, laughing at something someone said. His face is relaxed. Happy, even. The caption, good times with good people. Needed this. Posted 3 days ago. I zoom in on his face. There's no trace of devastation. No hollow eyes or forced smiles. He looks fine. Better than fine. He looks like someone who just got a weight off his shoulders. The comments roll in underneath. Glad you're doing better, man. You deserve this. Good to see you back to your old self. Back to his old self. Like I was the thing holding him down. Like erasing me from his life was the best decision he ever made. I sit there in this cramped apartment, 4 weeks pregnant with a baby nobody wants, staring at a photo of my ex-husband smiling without me. And the worst part? He's not pretending. He's actually fine. Like I never existed at all. 1 month after the confession, I'm still checking his location. I know it's pathetic. His phone is disconnected, his social media is gone, but I can't stop myself from driving past places we used to go. The coffee shop where we had our first date. The park where we used to walk on Sundays. The gym he went to every Tuesday and Thursday. I tell myself I'm not looking for him. But I am. I see his car once. Or I think I do. Same make, same color, parked outside a restaurant I don't recognize. I sit in my car across the street for 20 minutes, waiting to see if he comes out. It's not him. I'm losing it. The pregnancy symptoms are getting worse. Morning sickness that lasts all day. Exhaustion so heavy I can barely get out of bed. I've called in sick to work twice this week. Nobody checks on me. I run into Dennis at the grocery store on a Saturday. He's one of Theo's college friends, we've had them over for dinner a dozen times. Dennis. I call out, almost jogging to catch up to him in the produce section. He sees me. His expression shifts. Not quite hostile, but definitely uncomfortable. Hey, Bryn. Hi. How are you? How's Theo doing? He picks up an apple, examines it like it's the most interesting thing in the world. He's good. Good? I press. That's it? Dennis sighs. Sets the apple down. Look, I don't really want to get in the middle of this. I'm not asking you to pick sides. I just want to know if he's okay. He's doing better than expected, Dennis says carefully. Already back to normal, honestly. Goes out with us on weekends. Picked up rock climbing again. He seems fine. The word stabs. Fine. Does he mention me? Dennis's face hardens. No. He doesn't. He walks away before I can say anything else. 3 days later, I'm at the coffee shop near my office. I'm standing in line, staring at my phone, when I hear a laugh I recognize. My head snaps up. There. Corner table. Theo. He's sitting across from a woman. Mid-30s, professional looking. They're not touching. Not holding hands. But they're comfortable. She says something, and he throws his head back laughing. A real laugh, the kind I haven't heard from him in years. My chest tightens. He looks different. Lighter. His face isn't drawn or tired. He's wearing a shirt I don't recognize. His hair is slightly different, shorter, styled. He looks healthier than I've seen him in months. Like someone who's been set free. The woman laughs at something he says. Touches his arm briefly. It's not romantic, at least I don't think it is, but it's easy. Natural. He hasn't seen me. I stand frozen in line, my order called out behind me, watching this man who used to be my husband exist in a space where I don't. Then he glances toward the door. I duck out before he can see me. Heart pounding. Hands shaking. I sit in my car for 10 minutes, trying to breathe. He looked happy. Not moving on happy. Not faking it happy. Actually, genuinely happy. That night, I break down and try Wesley one more time. I create a new email address. He's blocked my number, my social media, everything. But email might slip through. Subject, we need to talk. Wesley, I know you don't want to deal with this. But I'm 8 weeks pregnant and I need to know where you stand. Are you going to be involved at all? Financially? Anything? Please just respond. Bryn. He responds within an hour. I can't be part of this. I'm sorry. I've spoken to a lawyer and he says since we're not married and the baby isn't born yet, there's not much legal obligation right now. When the baby comes, we can discuss child support, but I want nothing else to do with this situation. I'm not ready to be a father. I don't want to be a father. I made a mistake and I need to move forward with my life. I hope you understand. I read it 3 times. He's already talked to a lawyer. He's already planning his exit. Just like Theo. Both of them, gone. The weight of it crashes down. I'm alone in this apartment with a baby neither of its parents wants. The man I married erased me like I never existed. The man I cheated with wants nothing to do with the consequences. And everyone else has moved on. Theo's friends. His family. Even our mutual friends picked sides, and none of them picked mine. I'm the villain in this story. I know that. But I thought there would be more fallout. More drama. More something. Instead, there's just silence. And life going on without me. The mail comes on a Thursday. I'm half-heartedly sorting through bills and junk when I see the cream-colored envelope. Fancy cardstock. Calligraphy addressing. I open it. You are cordially invited to the wedding of Jessica Hamilton and Gregory Peterson, one of Theo's cousins. I met her twice. The wedding is in 6 weeks. I flip through the invitation. There's a list of the wedding party. Theo's name is there, groomsman. Of course he's invited. Of course he'll be there. There's a note tucked inside the invitation. Handwritten. I recognize the script immediately. Theo's mother. Bryn, this invitation was sent before we were made aware of the situation. Please understand that you are not welcome at this event. Theo will be there with family, and we need to respect his space. You made your choices. Now live with them. Margaret, I read it again. You made your choices. Now live with them. Not we're praying for you. Not we hope you find peace. Just a cold, final dismissal. I sit on the floor of my tiny apartment, wedding invitation in one hand, his mother's note in the other, and the reality settles in fully. I'm not just alone. I'm erased. Theo's moving on. Wesley's moving on. His entire family has closed ranks and shut me out. And I'm here. Pregnant. Broke. Unwanted. The affair was supposed to make me feel alive. Instead, I'm a ghost. The divorce papers arrived 6 weeks after I sent that text. Not hand-delivered. Not requiring a face-to-face meeting. Just a courier service dropping off a manila envelope with a return address from his attorney's office. Inside, finalized documents. His signature already on every line. A sticky note from the lawyer, please sign and return within 10 business days. That's it. 6 years of marriage dissolved remotely. No conversation. No final goodbye. Just paperwork. I sign them at my kitchen table, if you can call the tiny folding thing in this apartment a table, and my hand doesn't even shake anymore. I've cried so much over the past month and a half that I think I've run out of tears. The baby is real now. 12 weeks. I heard the heartbeat at my last appointment. Sat in that exam room alone while the doctor moved the wand across my stomach and the sound filled the silence. Whoosh whoosh. Whoosh whoosh. Nobody's hand to hold. Nobody to smile at. Just me and a sound that should mean something but feels hollow. Wesley hasn't contacted me since that email. I checked his social media through my borrowed account yesterday. He's dating someone. Posted a photo of them at some brewery, her head on his shoulder, both of them smiling. 3 months ago, that was supposed to be us. Secret and thrilling and worth the risk. Now he's moved on to someone he doesn't have to hide. I write Theo a letter. Not because I think it'll change anything. Not because I expect forgiveness. But because I need him to know, need him to acknowledge, that this happened. That I existed. That we existed. I write 4 drafts before I settle on something that doesn't sound desperate or manipulative or pathetic. Theo, I don't expect you to respond to this. I don't even know if you'll read it. But I need to say it anyway. I destroyed us. I know that. I made a choice that hurt you in ways I can't even fully understand, and I have to live with that. I'm not asking for forgiveness. I'm not asking to be friends. I just need you to know that I'm sorry. Truly, deeply sorry. And I need you to know that I understand why you left. I expected you to fight. To scream. To prove I mattered. But you didn't know me that. You didn't know me anything. Your silence was louder than anything you could have said. I hope you find happiness. I hope you find someone who deserves what I threw away. Bryn, I mail it to his attorney's office since I don't have any other address. It comes back a week later. Unopened. Not even torn open and resealed. Just the envelope, pristine, with a yellow post-it note stuck to the front. Client declines all communication from sender. That's it. Not even his handwriting. Just a lawyer's assistant relaying the message. He won't even open a letter from me. I'm that erased. Margaret texts me once. Just once. Do not contact this family again. You are not welcome in our lives. What you did to my son is unforgivable. I don't respond. What would I even say? I sit in my apartment on a Friday night, 10 weeks pregnant, eating takeout alone, and I replay the last 6 weeks like a movie I can't turn off. The text message. His calm face. The week of methodical destruction. The disappearance. The silence. I hope it was worth it. That's the only thing he said to me. 4 words. The last words I'll ever hear from him. And the answer is no. It wasn't worth it. The affair was supposed to make me feel wanted. Alive. Like I mattered. Instead, I'm alone. Wesley doesn't want me. Theo erased me. His family disowned me. My friends abandoned me. I chose passion over stability, and I got neither. I thought I was trading something boring for something exciting. What I actually did was trade everything for nothing. The worst part isn't the loneliness. It's not even the pregnancy. It's knowing that Theo didn't fight because I wasn't worth fighting for. His silence wasn't him taking the high road. It wasn't him being mature or noble. It was him deciding, in real time, the second he read that message, that I wasn't worth the energy. That our marriage wasn't worth saving. That I was replaceable. Erasable. And he was right. I sit on the floor of this apartment, hand on my stomach where a baby neither parent wants is growing, and I whisper to the empty room. Fight for me. Please. Someone fight for me. But there's no one left to hear. Wesley moved on. Theo moved on. Everyone moved on. And I'm here. Alone. With nothing but the consequences of my choices and the echo of silence that will follow me forever. I hope it was worth it. It wasn't. And I'll spend the rest of my life knowing that when it mattered most, when I needed someone to prove I was worth something, nobody did. Because I wasn't. Thank you so much for watching until the end. If you really like our videos, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Have a great day.